We've all felt it. You have your presentation ready, but the moment you get in front of class, you know what you're going to say, and it's lights, camera. So guys, today what we're going to talk about is performance anxiety. This is the reason why you know what you want to say, but your brain goes when you get up there to say it. This is also why when you're studying for a test, you can memorize information, you're prepared, you know exactly what you're going to do, but the moment it's time to do it, you're gone. So, how in the world do we handle this? Because my name's Lawrence, for those who are new, and I am a professional public speaker. I get in front of crowds of hundreds of people, and I have to give a speech. And if you think giving a presentation to the 30 in your class is scary, wait until you have to give it to 300. So the first thing that you want to do is understand that only you know what you're going to say. So the first point is nobody thinks about it as much as you do. What that means is that you are the only person who knows what you're going to say. You think to yourself, man, I messed up. I didn't say what I wanted to say. I didn't say it how I wanted it to sound. It sounds weird the way I said it, but nobody knows how you wanted to say it. So you're judging yourself a lot more than everyone else is judging you. And because you're the one judging yourself the most, when we stop judging ourselves, it's a lot easier for us to just get up there and do the thing. In sports, when athletes are training, the coach will never tell them, do not drop the ball. They will never say that. Why? Because if you're so focused on, I need to do it right, I need to do it right, I need to do it right, you're going to trip, you're going to fall, and you're going to fail. But instead, what they tell them to do is hold the ball. Hold the ball. I know how to hold the ball. Okay, I can just hold the ball and keep running. Simple, easy. I don't need to worry about doing it wrong. I just need to focus on doing it. I need to go from A to B. Don't make it harder on yourself by forcing yourself to think you need to be perfect. Because perfectionism is a killer of dreams. When you get up and you are presenting, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to present. Number 2, move. So, when people are nervous or they're afraid or they are feeling very scared to present, one of the things that they do is they lock up like this. I'm going to show you this. Let me stand on top of a chair. People, they just lock up and they're just in this tight little spot. And you see how my body is so tight, and when your body's tight, you start to get mentally tight. And now, because you're mentally tight, you're like, oh, they're all judging me, they're all judging me, they're all judging me. And you try to hide yourself. But when you expand and you open up your body and you move around and you're energetic with it and you just allow yourself to flow, you don't need to do all this, but what you can do is talk with your hands, use gestures, let your body move. Because when people are physically stuck, it tells your brain that I must be in danger. There must be a reason for me to hide. I need to make myself small. I need to protect myself. But when we open up our body language and we are moving around and we're using the space. Not only does it look more confident to other people, but it helps to relax our body. This is why when people go to the gym, they feel calmer after because they're moving their body. They're letting their energy out. They are flowing with it. And when you allow yourself to move and be open, you're not stuck and tight. Just try it. Just slump your shoulders down and do this. You see how depressing this feels? How just, I got to get my presentation. But when you're up, head up, shoulders back, moving, you see how much more happy that looks and feels? So that's number 2. Move around. Use your body. And number 3, and this is my favorite one. That was number 3. When you don't know what to say, or your brain just goes blank, take a sip of water. Drink something. Do something like that, because when you're up there and you take a sip of water, of course you're not talking. You're drinking some water. And that allows you to have a moment to pause. It allows you to get your train of thought back on track. It allows you to get back in the moment. Because sometimes we get so overwhelmed up here that the best thing we can do is just stop. So, drink water. We'll say that. Drink water. Or you could do something like this. You don't need to believe in yourself to start. You need to start to begin to believe in yourself. You see how I put these little pauses before the next thing I say? Not only when you're presenting does that come off as more confident, but it allows you to stop, think, and you're giving the audience a moment to really sit with the important point. Now, the important thing is that you don't do that at a spot where that's not important. I'll give you an example. You need to start to believe in yourself, and you don't need to start to believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself. I said it backwards. Oh my gosh, I said it backwards. But you don't need to believe in yourself to start. You need to start to believe in yourself. You see how the pause doesn't make sense right there? And the 4th point that we're going to get into is what you just saw right there. Don't be afraid to improvise. Because even when I have a speech that is completely prepared, everything's ready to go, and I've been doing this for years, so even I have times where I mess up. Everybody does. Even I have times where I might stutter. I might lose my train of thought. I might go mentally blank in the middle of a sentence. But what I do is I'm not afraid to improvise. I'm not afraid to get back on it. Like, I've had times where I've given a speech and somebody's baby starts crying, or a car starts honking, or things happen, and I improvise and I use it to get myself back on track. Like, I might say something like, wow, that baby seems like they must be having a good time. Or I'll just say something and improvise in the moment to get myself back on track. Now, the last point that I'm going to leave you guys with, number 5, is be prepared. I know how basic that one is, but it's the last one because a lot of times we need to focus on the basics. If you have a presentation or a project or something that you know you need to do at the end of the month, do not wait until the night before to prepare for it. Be prepared. Know what you're going to talk about. And understand that you don't have to be perfect. You just have to do the thing. So, remember, don't judge yourself too hard. You don't need to be perfect. Nobody judges you as much as you judge yourself. Move around. Don't stay physically stuck. Pay attention to your body language. Look out at the audience. And if you have trouble with eye contact, you can look like right here. So right now, I'm looking directly at the camera. Now I'm looking slightly above the camera. You see how there's not really that much of a difference unless you zoom in on my face? But when I'm all the way back here, you can't even really tell. So if you're somebody who has trouble with eye contact, you don't have to just focus on one person like this. You look around. You can look right above their head, and they still feel like you're looking at them without you having to stare at them. Take a sip. Take a sip of water, whatever you want to drink. That way you have a moment to mentally pause and get back on track. Improvise. If you forget what you had planned to say, if you start losing your train of thought, get creative. Learn how to improvise. Learn how to kind of work with what you got on the spot until your brain remembers what you had planned. And lastly, be prepared. Show up on time. Make sure you drink plenty of water so you don't start sounding like this. And make sure that you are well rested the night before. Because if you're sleep deprived, if you don't have enough water, and you're dehydrated, and you're stressed out, and you don't even have the material ready, and you're not prepared, you can't perform well if you're not well prepared. With that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you're looking for any one-on-one coaching on confidence, building self-worth, self-belief, all that good stuff, links are in the description. As well as if you're looking for a podcast guest, speaker for your high school or youth organization, my email, lawrence@lawrencecharris.com. And for books and products, you can find those at lawrencecharris.com. Have a good one.